What do fire ants, fruits, and snow globes have to do with your day today? Good morning. It's been a couple days, but yesterday, if you caught, I was on another person's live, on Lisa's live, and we were testing some fruits. So to start with the middle of the story, some fruits that she had received from a student. These were very unique fruits. They included durian and I forgot the other two. Lisa popped in with the other two, but we had a taste test. So you want to catch that. And what's the idea out of there? You know, we don't take time to get out of our comfort zone. We don't take time in the day to try something new for the first time. When was the last time that you did something new for the first time? What are the things that you focus in on a day? So we talk about get your fruits today, and not specifically about a fruit. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Glad you could join. I remember the durian. What were the other two fruits that we tried yesterday? One of the aspects of life is trying something. We always need to take a risk. We are called to do something that important, something that requires us to try things, to go beyond just doing the regular thing. So today we tried something new. We tried the egg and hash brown and chicken scramble from Chick-fil-A. They were giving away free this morning as part of their promotion Wednesdays through the middle of September. So you get an opportunity to try something new that we would have probably not bought because we weren't thinking that way. And then we also had Panera Bagel for free and nice coffee for free from 7-Up. So, or 7-Eleven, 7-Up, 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. So it was a free breakfast morning. So it got us going and thinking about some other things that are important in our day. And in particular, today, I have two great things going on. We've got this evening, we'll start with this evening one, great stories of change. So 3 speakers are going to share in less than 7 minutes a story that has meaning to them, has brought a transformation perhaps. Maybe just sharing some information, but it's something that's passionate about where they're at right now, and it's about an experience they've had, and translate that over to what they've learned to share with you, because that stories connect. Stories are important because we learn. We're able to take those stories. If we are open-minded, if we are listening to them, we don't have to experience everything ourselves. So that's one of the fruits today, is to make sure that you break out, try something new, but you don't have to experience everything for yourself. You can take another person's experience that has meaning to you and put it into your life. So that's the first story. The second, we'll go back to the first, and that's the fruits, or excuse me, is, oh, I should write this stuff down. Fire ants, that's right, fire ants. So fire ants, thanks Lisa for posting the link for tonight. And the fruits are rambutan and mangosteen. So those are interesting fruits. Try them for yourself. You'll see the response if you watch the video on Lisa's wall. Great stories tonight. And then in the middle of the day, I'm going to be meeting with one of my partners we're exploring a business elevation team. So we're looking at helping CEOs that are in merged entrepreneurial businesses to help them, now that they've emerged. They may have lost some of their passion because they're so caught into the day-to-day routine that they're missing out, and they're missing out on creating a better environment, creating a better customer relationship. They're so worried about the dollars and cents of making things happen, but they're forgetting some of the things that got them there. So they're forgetting how much of a spirit they had, how much passion they had in their life to bring that forward. And we're going to help them. So we're working on bringing that team together here And if you'd like more information on that, please reach out to me. I can talk more about that with you. Fire ants. Fire ants in Houston. I don't know if Hurricane Harvey has dropped more than 11 trillion gallons. I don't know what it's up to now, but water continues to flow into the Houston area, Texas, and now Louisiana is getting it because it's come back onto land. Well, one of the stories that are coming out of it are fire ants. Fire ants were in South America, and they have migrated up over the last century to the U.S. And not only we get them here in Florida, and I'm sure other places along the Gulf Coast, and in Houston, because there's so much water, their domains are lost. They float. They take the queen. They take the drones, the fire ants that are dedicated to taking care of cleaning and feeding the queen. They take that whole conglomeration and move it down, in the stream. So they're floating en masse, and there's some really large colonies that are coming together actually and creating this big mass, moving on down to some place that they can find dry land. And they'll go up in a boat. They'll walk up an oar into a boat because they're seeking dry land. So they're working together. And one of the aspects of that is not only do we have to keep in mind our day and break out, but we need to do it together. We need to do our life with anything that's larger than what we can do, and you can pick up your own water, right? But somebody provided that water to you. You got it from the store. You were able to do something, that it was provided. Somebody created the bottle, So there are a lot of people that put together something that you just picked up off the shelf. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about things that are bigger in life. Whether it might be launching your own company, it might be helping community, it might be creating this effort within your community to help people or bring people together to go and ship them down to Houston to help out in that area, or Texas, Louisiana, to help them through this hurricane. Maybe your church group, you may be asked to lead something that's larger. Well, you can't just go down yourself. You can go by yourself, but your efforts are going to be minimal, right? And this is a big effort. This is things that are going to take people years and years to recover. And they need a lot of help right now. So you're going to need a lot of people on the ground to help. So if Hurricane Harvey is not in your foray, if it's something else, maybe it's bringing youth together and helping to educate them, giving them leadership skills, get them past the pure conflict and find a productive way to drive them forward towards something of greatness that they're called yet to do. So think about that. What group, what team do you have together that brings everybody together? Even colonies of people, of fire ants in this case, fire ants coming together from different colonies. So, they don't interact. They've got their own colony, but they're coming together to survive, to find new ground, to seek out a new shelter, they have this innate sense that they are in trouble and they're seeking to repopulate, to migrate to a different location. Well, we're not being called necessarily to migrate to a new location in our lives, but maybe you're called to do something more, and you need to get out of your day-to-day comfort zone. You need your day-to-day efforts to be more. Well, you need others to come alongside. You need to encourage others and attract them, influence them. So what's the point today? Where are you? What's the big thing in your life that you're looking to, that you've been called, that you have meaning in your life, that you have a burning desire to see accomplished? Not just I have $1 million idea, right? But what is it, a purpose? What is it that will bring you fulfillment? And this can be from any age, but we get to more of that concern when we see our dots on the timeline and the years that have passed, and we don't know how many days we have left. We get more concerned about the future, about doing something, because we see our timeline narrowing. We have this greater sense, this greater awareness that we don't have many years left. A lot of years have gone by, Am I fulfilled? In the 35 to 45 year range, people get to wondering, am I being fulfilled? And a lot of people go through this transformation in their life because they know they are not getting fulfilled and they are being called to do something more. And it takes on many different shapes, many different styles to bring that fulfillment. Some people get it earlier in life, but it really happens in 35 to 45 and beyond. And some people never get it. Some people are 80 years old and they just have gone through life and existed, but they haven't learned anything along the way. Take a moment today to think about peace. Once you break out, what is it that you want to do? Start thinking, living into that. And you need people together. And snow globe. Okay, snow globe. Snow globe is like our mind. I was just watching this little sponsored ad on Facebook, and it's a speaker. He's talking about the snow globe. And, if you think about the snow globe is our mind and all the snowflakes as thoughts, we're applying so much attention to each of those thoughts. And we got them all shook up in our head, and, they're populated and they're hitting us. And what are we feeling? We're feeling in a noisy environment. We're feeling it distraught because we can't handle all those thoughts they're coming at us. And, you have somebody pulling you for this and interrupting you for this in your day, and you're at work and you're just bombarded with people interrupting calls from customers and from from your team members, and they're stopping by and wanting an update, or they're stopping by and just wanting to connect with you, and you're just feeling overwhelmed. You got this pressure of this report that you need to deliver, and it's coming faster and faster, and you can't get there. You're just so overwhelmed because you can't even focus on the one thing because you got so many snowflakes in your mind, so many thoughts that are just floating in the air in your mind that just can't handle. And the speaker points out, what happens to the noise when we stop shaking the snow globe? What happens to the noise in your life when you stop shaking your mind, stop listening to all those thoughts, of feeling pressure from all those thoughts and trying to deal with them, and you stop and you become silent. It's quiet. So in our life today, you need, in order to think about that thought of how you're going to break out, how you're going to do something for the first time, who you need to come with you to accomplish that one thing, be silent for a moment. As I mentioned in a couple episodes past, what are the things that you are feeling? What are the things that you have noise in your life? If you eliminate the noise, what do you learn? What would you learn today from the reflection, from spending 10 minutes in silence? In this case, this person had to spend 10 days in silence because his noise was so large. He was so so aggressive, so wanting to thank people and be grateful and all that, but all he was doing was putting noise out there instead of from reflection, learning. That's your points for today. It's a little longer than I thought. Thanks, Lisa, for all those comments. And Lisa is one of our speakers tonight, so please, she's got a great story, and Paul and Mark have good stories, great stories as well. Because it is great stories of change. It's about their personal change, about a moment in their life. So come together tonight. If you can't make the recording, then just sign up. You'll get if you can't get the live, get the recording. It's worthwhile to listen. If that might help you focus in, one of their messages might help you focus in on breaking out, of making a change, of doing something that's important, fulfills you. Take the silence, take the thoughts away from this experience tonight, and make it worthwhile. Make it reflective in your life, and you'll be better, and you'll have your fruits. You'll have your joy. You'll have so much more reward today because you took a moment to do something different in a different way with others who are thinking differently, that are thinking like what you want to think, that are already doing it. Get with them to help you go further. Be well. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.